Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the RFPW draft. This is the 27th or so draft that we will be doing, but let's hope tonight the final time that we don't have to reverse this thing. So, without further ado, I want to introduce my partner for tonight, who is the general manager of Fight Night as of next week, and I'll be on behalf of the new flagship show that's becoming Blitz Showdown. So, Dan, without further ado, you've got a laptop now, you've got a mic back on, so introduce yourself to the people.
Hello, everybody. Oh,
Wow, that's quick. But that's what we used to. So, yeah, but good evening, everyone. This is a draft. We got two shows for you: Fight Night and Blitz Showdown. They will both still be happening on Friday evening. Target time usually at the start of the first show is 8 p.m. UK, and then 9 p.m. UK afterwards. Can always shift a little bit, but of course we will try to mix it up. 1 week Fight Night first, then Blitz, then the other week around. And tonight you'll be finding out to which shows you're going to. Without further ado, let's introduce the championships that we've got. You're all familiar with the women's, tag team, European, and RFPW EFED championships. Those will all be staying on Fight Night. Blitz Showdown, however, will have new titles, including the Blitz Championship. We've just shortened that a little bit. The 24/7 Championship. And then we have nothing else because the women's division will stay as a unit and they will always be on both shows. So that is going to be remaining for the rest of the season. The women's division in one go, unless we get more people in, and we will possibly split that later on. The tag team championships will also be one cohesive unit. However, the tag teams will be brand allocated. And after that, when you know that, who's going to go where, after that, we will be going to the men's singles divisions, and you will find out to which show you will be going. So first, let's go with the tag teams. And in my case, for Blitz, we've got three. But first, let me allow Dan to introduce which two tag teams will be going to Fight Night. Dan, take it away.
thank you, Jeffrey. For the two tag teams we have chosen for Fight Night, it is the Hype Show and the Pirates.
The Hype Show and the Pirates. That means Hype Show consisting of Damien Valentine and Dan Masters. And the Pirates consisting of John Woods and Finch Peary will be going to Fight Night. Now, the other three tag teams that are remaining are the Prestige, our current tag team champions, the Rainbow Lollipops, and Impero Italiano will be going to Blitz Showdown. So, if you've got any thoughts, let us know in the chat what you think. So, resuming, we've got the Pirates and Hype Show going to Fight Night, Rainbow Lollipops, Impero Italiano, and the Prestige will be going to Blitz Showdown. For those wondering, the logos that you're seeing right now are designed by my beautiful husband and the former RFPW EFED champion, Rick Curvers, who's also in the chat. So thank you very much for designing them. Welcome and thank you for that. And without further ado, as mentioned, the women's division will be staying one cohesive unit, and they will be on both shows. On the pay-per-views, it will be defended, and the rankings will be comprised of results on both shows. So keep it in mind, the rankings will decide who will become the number one contender and face the champion at the next pay-per-view. That leaves us with the basically main event of this evening. We don't want to make this any longer than that it needs to be. Dan, I'll let you introduce the champions who will be staying on Fight Night. So take it away.
Thank you, Jeffrey. So the champions, we first got the RFPW EFED World Champion, Justice Stone. Then we have the European Champion, Shade. And those will be staying on Fight Night.
And they will also be staying on as the champions. So the RFPW EFED Championship will be staying with Justice Stone, who just won it off of Rick Curvers. And Shade, the Beheader Robinson, still the European champion after defeating, I think it was Ray Lethal in the finals of the European Championship tournament back at Crossroads. So, without further ado, I want to introduce the first two people that will be joining us on Blitz Showdown. So drum roll, please. We have decided to draw first Roy Pierce, former RFPW Fed champion 3 times, and former Cruiserweight champion Roderick McGillicuddy. Those were our first 2 draft picks based on the fact that the champions are going to Fight Night. So, again, just a stone and shade to Fight Night. Roy Pierce and Roderick McGillicuddy to Blitz Showdown. But we've come a long way. We'll now introduce the draft picks one by one. And so, without further ado, Dan, who is your next draft pick?
Coming over to Fight Night, Lance Romance.
Lance Romance, who is currently ranked number 3 or 4, let me just check that, is going to Fight Night. And that is, I think, a welcome addition. So, as competitor, I have to say, brilliant choice, Dan. Just gotta mention it to you. Well done.
Rather impressive individual.
Definitely. Lance Romance now ranked number 4. Has had 7 matches, 5 wins. That is a good one for him. So yeah, that is who you got. We'll showcase you who everybody's got at the end of it, so don't worry about that. We've got a whole set of it. Then we've got to Blitz Showdown, and I've got the next draft pick for you because this is the man that faced Shade at Crossroads for that title. And his name is Ray Lethal. Ray Lethal, welcome to Blitz Showdown.
Good pick there, Jeffrey.
Yeah, I think he was very impressive in the opening stages of competition. I think not as high as he won in the rankings. He's ranked number 10, but still, nevertheless, good choice.
And he'll want to get back from losing, of course, to
Shade.
Yeah.
Yeah, just helping you out there, no problem. But he had a good match. He had a good run in the European Championship tournament, so I have to recommend that to him. So yeah, nothing more to say about that. I just say go for your next draft pick.
Coming over to Fight Night, personal favourite of mine, the Pebble.
The Pebble? Wow, that's cool because I think the Pebble always had a good run. He's ranked number 5 right now, and ranked number 6, I should denote, and has really had great championship challenge matches, but so far it's been a disappointing restart for him this season, but maybe he can get back up. It was very close in the European Championship tournament, so let's see if that continues. I think he's got good shots at one day becoming a champion, so let's see what he can flourish in the new Fight Night. So yeah, without further ado, that leaves me to introduce draft pick number 4 for Blitz Showdown. Yeah, I don't think if you're happy with this, Dan, but because we thought quite long and hard about that one when we set out for this, I think you're not really happy with this because the former RFPW Fed champion is coming our way. Draft pick number 4 is Rick Curvers.
Oh, I'm pretty impressed that it's all available. So I'll happily give you Rick Curvis.
All right. Okay. Well, that's good to hear. Draft pick number 5. Well, yeah, it is like 5 or 6 now for you. So, who you got?
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry about that. You seemed to cut off a little bit there for me, Jeffrey.
Oh, yeah. So, really, just announce your next draft pick. I'm curious.
The next draft pick coming over to Fight Night, who had an impressive showing at Crossroads, Riley Wolf.
Oh, I'm quite surprised about that. Because wait, what? Really? I'm surprised. Because the last thing I remember was that Riley Wolf got beaten in 2 minutes by Ethan Walker at the pay-per-view. So, okay, surprised, but yeah.
May got the wrong image
match.
there. Oh.
But Yeah, at least he's always present. So yeah, good choice. I'm trying to hide my laughs here, but yeah, good choice. Definitely, without a
Move on
doubt.
swiftly, Jeffrey.
But no, everybody's a great addition within our company because not everybody's really got the chance to shine yet. So maybe Riley Wolf gets more opportunities and hopefully has a little bit more luck than the last couple of matches he's had.
Yes, let's hope for some more luck on fight night for him.
Yeah, indeed. Well, then we go into Blitz Showdown, of course. Yeah, I think you're not really going to be happy with this one. Because as some people seen last night, we got new people coming in really at the top of the hour, and we've decided to go with a debutante for our next draft pick, and we are going with Reese Covington.
Yeah,
Because you've seen him.
we'll see.
Yeah, we've seen him quite a bit around. He's got a manager as well. I don't know whether he will show up, but definitely, I think seeing him in other promotions, that's what attracted us to him. We were always on a recruitment drive, and he's showcasing it quite well. So, why not?
Yeah, why not? Let's see what he brings to Blitz Showdown.
Yeah, absolutely. But of course, before we continue this draft, there's more. There's always more, and tonight there is more. Because let's switch that up. You know, Dan, you've been with us quite a while, and you know the road that we've travelled. It's been ups, it's been mostly downs, but always back up, always climbing back up the road.
Yeah.
And so after 6 years, you know, it was for me. It wasn't an easy decision to let go of some things, especially when it comes to the creation. I can't even count the hours that were put in. That goes for every promotion that goes this long. That 10,000s of hours have been put into this. So it was quite hard for me, especially a fight night, the flagship show, to let that transfer to somebody else because that was my first show ever. With the usual oh boys and the not so perfect English. It was advanced, but not so perfect back then. But this has really meant a lot to me, and I can honestly say, without a shadow of a doubt, outside of Rick, now as my husband, you are the person that I would entrust most with this show. So I'm just want to say that I'm grateful that you're doing this. You're doing this with commitment ever since we came up with this. And I just want to say thank you that you're going to run this for me. You're going to help book it. You're going to help being creative as you always have. And I consider you one of my most loyal friends across this North Sea. So just want to say thank you.
And you're welcome, Jeffrey.
Thank you. Because that needs to be said, and I want it to be out in the open because that is just a true friendship that was formed throughout the bond of years, true ting and tin, whenever their shit hit the fan, basically. So thank you. But not only
when an old man yelled at a cloud.
Yeah, quite that. But not only that, because we've had so many redos, shuffles, new shows, old shows. We've had 4 or 5 shows every week when I didn't really have that much work going on. But now with one show, it was quite hard to keep up. But these two, we've set it out, as mentioned, Friday evening, every week, 8 p.m. UK start time, possibly up until 10:30. But yeah, it was hard for me to make decisions. So it's just not that we're going to expand the shows, but it's going to be a whole system behind it. We'll explain that right before the very first shows next week. But as people have seen, we've revamped the website. With the fancier system coming out in an overhaul with the rankings, everything's going to be new. We'll explain that next week. But I wanted to do something new. I wanted to do something that was on the edge, like we've first done in 2016-17 with the Wrestling Grand Prix. So we're going to do things a little bit different. And we're sort of going to bring those things back. We're going to bring loads more new elements back into it, just like we've had with Premier Leagues, all kinds of round robin stuff, tournament stuff. We're going to bring set variation in. It's going to be hit and miss, so bear with me. Not everything will be as good as it is or successful, but we'll take the feedback. Always be there to watch the shows, give feedback. We'll take it. We'll improve where we can. And just thank you, everybody, for helping make RFPW great again, because that's what you're doing on a weekly basis with the viewership on Twitch, on YouTube, by subscribing, by following. So also thank you out to the viewers who've recently, in the last 6-7 months since the reboot, thank you all for being there and just being an active member of this community. So thanks as well to the audience.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say, because it had to get out there. Emotion gets to me and I just need to get it out of there whenever it happens. Where were we? I think Blitz had the last draft pick, so Fight Night is up now to unveil their next draft pick.
Oh, yep. Okay. Right. Just had to make sure what my next one was. So coming over to Fight Night, someone who's been in the company quite a bit now, CJ Blunt.
CJ Blunt. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Well, returning recently.
Yeah, returning recently indeed. Good choice. Quite a loyal one, actually, I have to say. Not always that active, but certainly very loyal when it needs to be, and that's what I appreciate as well. And he's really capable of bringing good matches to the table whenever needed. So yeah, absolutely happy with that one. I can understand that, why you drafted him. So yeah, just gotta say, good choice. And it went silent, but that's fine, absolutely fine, Dan. Oh,
sorry.
Yeah, well, you're not used to being on stream, so I can't blame you, can I? No, I can't. But yeah, well, for Blitz Showdown, we have talked a little bit about this. We've talked long and hard about this, but it should come as no surprise, that my community is one I represent, and I don't have to tell you which community that is. That would be the LGBT community, and so I've always been a front fighter of bringing equality to RFPW as well, to give people a shot to not only be who they are inside the ring, but also outside, letting their stories known, always got their back, and seeing that and coming into story with how this person has developed. Our next draft pick is Dustin Weaver, recently making his return to the ring.
Good choice there.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, well, for me, the B term in LGBT stands, but for him, it's T, and I'm just happy that we've got such a person who is ready to speak about it and just showcase who they are. So hats off to you, Dustin, and yeah, welcome to Blitz Showdown. I'm
always open in RFPW.
Yeah, absolutely. Always happy to have people around who just want to be themselves, just want to let the fantasy slide a little bit, and I'm just happy to see that we can represent that community quite well in all honesty. So yeah, without further ado, Dan, let me know, please, who your next draft pick is.
My next draft pick could be pretty surprising. Blackbeard is going to Fight Night.
Blackbeard. Oh right. That would actually make sense. With the Pirates, we've got a pirate lineup. Possible pirate stable in the future. Who knows? For Fight Night, I love it.
Arg. That's all I say.
I'm just hoping they don't pillage the production room like we've had somebody do before. Let's not mention him because he's gone now. But Shadow. But yeah, let's hope they don't pillage it, because that would be very, very unfortunate if they do.
Yes, that would.
Or like last time when they used the old tag team titles.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
forgot about that.
Remember that one as well. So yeah, but that's fine. It's all forgotten now.
Let's
So
hope they don't use a replica.
yeah, let's hope they don't use a replica. But yeah, I love the choice. Good one. We're then going to move on to the next draft pick for Blitz Showdown, and at the end we'll showcase to you who's going where, so you get an overview of that. This guy, I really know best, I guess, out of the whole roster. I think that I do, because I know a lot of personal details about him. I definitely do. It was long and hard to think about. Should we draft him to Blitz Showdown? Shouldn't he go to Fight Night? And we've come to terms that the next draft pick for Blitz Showdown is going to be Jeffrey Blight. Who else could it be?
I mean, who else could it be?
Who else could it be? Of course. So yeah, that I can't name anyone else. That means I can see that you have 3 draft picks left. We've got 4 per your suggestion. So yeah, I'd just say go on ahead.
So the next draft pick coming over to Fight Night is Infinite.
Infinite? Oh, okay. Well, he's on...
Seems surprised.
Yeah, I actually am, because there were indications of, well, possibly leaving, then not leaving, then leaving, then not leaving. That was based on a contract negotiation situation which has been solved. He's staying with us, but it was quite a long and hard negotiation, I can tell you that. So I'm just gonna say you're probably gonna have your hands full with him.
Oh, I can deal with this. Don't worry.
And if everything else fails, just fire him. You know how it works. You know, manager. You've seen me do it. So.
Just stick him into a one-handed gap.
Yeah, probably. Usually something like that. Yeah. So yeah, we've got our next draft pick for Blitz Showdown. But before we do that, because why not, we're gonna have a short commercial break, and we'll be right back with you. So we're back with a draft, and we've got 4 draft picks left to go. And after that, we'll be showcasing where everybody goes. Who's made these beautiful logos? Thank you to our former RFPW for champion Recovers. Who's made these great logos? I like them. I definitely like them. What do you think, Dan?
Wait till you see the arenas.
Wait till you see the arenas, because they are awesome. Well designed. It's taken a lot of work. I've seen him do it. I couldn't do it. I'm too anxious to do it. So,
trust me, I've seen sneak previews.
He's seen sneak previews, and so have I. They're awesome. You'll find out next week, Friday evening, 8 p.m. UK. That's when the start time is going on. And usually 50 minutes before that we go live. So, I guess we have 4 draft picks on Blitz Showdown left. 2 for you. I can see that. This one actually has had a heated rivalry, and I think if we take a look at where everybody's going, I think it's quite a bit of a shame that we're pulling these 2 apart, because they had great rivalries in other promotions, but also in ours. Justice Stone was on the one end of it, but Jacob Wells was on the other end, and we're going to draft into Blitz Showdown.
Well, it's a shame that you know, new pastures will await Jacob Wells.
Absolutely. So going ahead for Fight Night, we just want to ramp this up quickly before we get to a closing statement. So Fight Night.
Have you got any more draft?
3 left.
Oh yeah, 3.
Yeah, you 2.
Oh yeah, okay. Just checking.
Sure.
Right. Ace Angel is coming over to Fight Night.
Ace Angel to Fight Night. Good choice. He, of course, had an opportunity for the European Championship. Of course, eliminated quite early in that, so I was quite surprised to see that. But yeah, good choice.
What you got next then, Jeffrey?
Well, what do we have got next for Blitz Showdown? Well, I usually like to have some anarchy in anything I do. So we have drafted Ahmed Blackwell, the man from Kampala, Uganda, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And let's hope he doesn't blow things up because that was his former profession. So let's just hope he doesn't do that.
Yeah.
So Dan, we'll let you unveil the final pick for Fight Night.
And we spoke about him earlier. Ethan Walker is going over to Fight Night.
Cool. Wow. Gotta love that. I would be happy with him. So yeah, good choice.
Yes.
Definitely. And so that leaves us with 2 draft picks for Blitz Showdown. Then we're getting to the overview of who's going where. And those final 2 draft picks consist of a debutant, Mike Zandolini. So welcome. I've seen some chats going around in the RFPW Twitter chat about some
Making
Italians.
Himself.
So
yes.
Let's see what we can make of that.
That's going to be interesting.
And the final draft pick of our Blitz Showdown roster is Blake Elliott.
Last but certainly not least.
And definitely the man all the way from Sydney, Australia, ranked number 13. So I think if we take a look at it, we've got a really great division in activity in the roster, diversity in the roster, equality. So yeah, let's see what we can make.
A couple of rivalries going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
On both sides, I could see.
And we can definitely create a lot more with that. So we're going to just showcase to you, I don't know where I should put that. What the hell? The GM for Fight Night, of course, Disco Dan returning. So
yes,
we were very happy. He's going to open the show, of course. I know that. But yeah, this is the final roster as it stands right now. As mentioned, the women's division, 1 go. Tag team, of course, 1 champion, of course, but split tag teams. And currently, of course, the situation as it stands with the titles. But anything can change. We're getting more people in by the day. So anything can change. But this is the overview. Now you know where you're going to. And we'll publish that later on our website as well as on the Twitter. I think it was a great draft. We really had fun with this. It was tough to select them. But I think in all honesty, as far as we have done it, this was one of the best possible outcomes.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, of course, Fight Night is going to go their way with you, Dan. I trust with it. It's going to be a great show. Blitz Showdown is going to be something completely new format, new things gradually introduced. But yeah, I'm just excited for next week to see how well these 2 shows do. It's going to be a head-to-head competition, and I'm just anxious to see who's going to be winning those first ratings wars right before the very next pay-per-view, the high stakes pay-per-view.
Yes,
don't forget June 18th, by the way.
Note it down in your diaries.
No, write it down in your diaries. I've got 10 more to add. This is what it is. But before we do that, I want to give a shout out and a cheap plug to my partners of Ring the Bell Wrestling. Later on tonight at 11 p.m. UK time.
Yes.
They missed out the show last night because something happened. Real life stuff happened.
Yep.
And they'll be broadcasting that. I think it's a pay-per-view, right? If not mistaken. They'll be broadcasting that tonight. So Dan, just inform the people what happens on at 11 p.m. UK.
It is Battlefront will be live, not a pay-per-view. The show It's all right. I'll correct you, Jeffrey. Don't worry.
Yeah, we had a pay-per-view called Battlefront once, so I got confused. Sorry.
It's fine. Yeah. So if you want to go and check them out, they are at Ring the Bell Rest. Hang on, let me see if we can
I was
pull
actually
Twitter up.
checking whether that's the right link. I think so. Possibly.
Hang
Yeah,
on.
it is. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. I was gonna find the link. Thank you,
So
Jeffrey.
give them a follow because they are on their way and they know what to do.
Follow all the social medias. I'll probably tweet them out tonight as
Yeah,
well. So
just go with whatever.
and
Um,
follow Dan Masters. There you go.
yeah, just follow Dan Masters because why not? Dan is a beautiful guy. You just heard him on stream. He's lovely. We're coming into a
Yeah.
closing statement now. Because I got some breaking news to announce as well. But before that, because it's a cliffhanger, we got to have a short commercial break. We will be right back, and then we have a closing statement. Welcome back to the final short piece of the draft. With a closing statement, you've just seen where everybody's going with the draft. I hope you're happy with your draft picks. Later on, we'll be able to have trades within a general manager group. After a couple of months or so, we'll do that, but not for now. As it stands right now, Fight Night and Blitz Showdown are the first shows that will be, of course, weekly. The next pay-per-view will be on Friday, June 18th. That is the high-stakes pay-per-view. But the breaking news that I have for you is the following. We have done this in the past, and I think you possibly might know what I'm on about. We've had sort of quite a competition with a round robin then knockout league. Do you have any idea what I might be referring to, Dan?
Sorry, Jeffrey, I got cut off by technical issue hitch there. Say that again.
We've had a league in the past which started out as a round robin tournament, then went on to knockout phase, and the winner of that was crowned something something. And those shows were called something something of blank, and the blank is the country name. Any idea what we were on about?
I think I do, but enlighten us.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing them back because I love the idea. It was something unique. And now with the wrestler base that we've got, we're bringing them back. We're going to bring back the Wrestling Grand Prix. Does that ring a bell, Dan?
Oh no, that wasn't what I was thinking, but
What do
go
you think? Maybe I can enlighten you some more.
ahead.
What were you thinking, Dan? Let me know.
I was thinking Premier League, but that was different, wasn't it? I think.
Oh boy, you're in for a good treat. Because we'll be bringing back both the Wrestling Grand Prix and both the Premier League.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to introduce that at the end of this year. We're going to kickstart those in September. And we will have full Wrestling Grand Prix every month next to the pay-per-views. The Wrestling Grand Prix is basically, if you want to call it a Grand Prix, if you know Formula One, you know that it's a sport that where the top victor gets 25 points. Now, the same as gone on for us, and we've done a different ranking system. We'll reintroduce that, soon. The winner of those Wrestling Grand Prix will get additional fan euros so they can help upgrade their characters. The same goes for the Premier League, as it is in football. It's a ranking table. The winner of that ranking table gets the most points and the most fan euros. Now, the winner of that combined classification, the Wrestling Grand Prix and the Premier League, will be announced the official world champion of this season. That means the 2020 season will have a champion, an official world champion based on ranking. We'll be bringing that back because it gives us a fun element outside of all the storylines to just have competitiveness, to allow people to upgrade their character a little bit more, just to have a little bit more fun, but also to allow for example, a lot of attire changes or many other things that they do. So yeah, that is what we'll be bringing back. For those not too entirely sure what those were, you can check out a wiki, but again, we'll explain that a little bit more later on. We've had a women's...
Details will follow.
Details will absolutely follow. It's quite something, but we'll explain that as we go because it's usually a lot. So we're taking you back to who were these world champions and what were the seasons like? How does that look like? So, for example, the first official world champion was Emil Satoshi back in 2014, based just on the ranking and the championships. But in the last season, 2017, which we fully held, we kept a booklet of who won points at the Wrestling Grand Prix. We had a Wrestling Grand Prix of the Netherlands, Wrestling Grand Prix of Belgium, we had the Premier League, and we had championship reigns. So those championship reigns will also be counting towards it. So for the amount of days you'll be holding a championship, you will also be getting points for the official World Championship ranking. So the longer it goes, the better it is. So, but again, we'll explain it as we go. We'll get a short graph. We'll get everything set up. But we'll be bringing this back, and that's going to be fine. Because that is a lovely idea we had, and it worked really well. So we're bringing it back.
And it will bring out...
Sorry, Dan, you're cutting out.
Oh, sorry. You know the matches are going to be huge on that.
Yeah, absolutely. They will be huge because those are the best of the best in the Premier League and the Wrestling Grand Prix. And those will be based on rankings. But more on that. We're going to come to the closing statement. The draft will be available on Twitter at the end. Dan, anything else to add?
Nothing really else.
Okay.
Come watch Fight Night.
Yeah, so next week, Fight Night and Blitz Showdown. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Dan, for being there. And we'll see you next week for Fight Night and Blitz Showdown. Good night.